The story begins in a dark, rain-soaked alley. Ash happens upon a lone girl shivering in the cold. With a hollow gaze and tattered clothes, she begs him to stay away. Little did he know, this encounter would change everything. This is a tale of redemption between Fine Stott and the reincarnated Ash Leben. In the original Otome Game, Kizuyoru, Fine is a talented commoner who uses holy magic to overcome all odds. But in reality, it's an Utsuge, a notoriously depressing game hidden behind a bright facade. In the bad end, Fine is falsely accused of dark magic, face cruel bullying, and eventually disappears into the night. Our protagonist, Ash Leben, is actually a Japanese man reincarnated into this game world. Since childhood, Ash found this world strangely familiar through maps and monster lore. The moment of truth arrives as he remembers playing Kizuyoru in his past life. Every plot detail starts coming back to him. Ash is the second son of a baron at the lowest rank of nobility. To him, being a nobody is actually a blessing in disguise. Because Ash isn't the heir to his family, he fully embraces his freedom. He spends his days diving into dungeons, living his life to the fullest. But there's a catch. Ash realizes that his character, Ash Leben, never existed in the original game. Worse yet, he can't even remember what the heroine looks like. Seeing the game's capture targets at the academy confirms he is in the world of Kizuyoru, but he wonders, what route is the world following now, and does Fine even exist here? As the rain pours down harder, Ash takes a shortcut to the dorm. Suddenly, he spots someone a student from his school, huddled in the shadows. It's a girl, looking completely broken. Her uniform is torn, and her eyes have lost all hope. This is the tragic reality of the heroine's bad end. She approaches her, asking if she's been bullied. But she pushes him away, saying, "Please, don't get involved with me." She's clearly trying to protect him from her own misfortune. Despite her rejection, Ash doesn't hesitate. He hands over his umbrella and his jacket, offering a small spark of warmth in the freezing rain. To make sure she keeps the items, Ash quickly runs off into the rain, shouting, "You don't need to return it." Bye, a classic hero move. The consequence of his kindness. Ash catches a terrible cold and is stuck in bed. Even with all his training, his immune system is surprisingly weak. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. He opens the door to find the girl from the alley. She's come all the way to return his things. This marks the true beginning of their connection. Fine reveals how she found him. She discovered his student ID inside the jacket he lent her. Ash is surprised by her initiative to return his belongings personally. Ash is struggling with a high fever, nearly collapsing. Fine notices his condition immediately and insists on getting him back to bed, showing her caring side. In a breathtaking moment, Fine uses her holy magic. A warm light surrounds Ash, and he can feel the pain and fatigue leaving his body instantly, even though she's Heroine, she has done enough. But Ash stops her, determined to properly repay her for her kindness. A sweet and funny moment ensues when Fine's stomach growls. She insists on cooking for him, firmly stating that a sick person shouldn't be working in the kitchen. Fine prepares a simple, warm meal. The cozy atmosphere in the room marks a turning point in their relationship from strangers to something more. Ash is blown away by how delicious the food is. He invites her to join him, realizing she hasn't had a proper meal in a long time. As she eats, Fine breaks down in tears. She confesses it's been a long time since she's had warm food, revealing the neglect she's suffered. Looking at her, Ash remembers her broken state in the alley. He begins to realize the depth of the tragedy this heroine has had to endure alone. Exhausted but finally safe, Fine falls asleep in Ash's room. Seeing her peaceful face, Ash is more determined than ever to protect her from her bad end. The next day, at the academy, Ash shows off his impressive skills by winning a sword duel. Everyone is stunned by his overwhelming strength. His friend, Ein, is shocked to see Ash in top form after being bedridden just yesterday. Ash calmly mentions that he left a note and a spare key for Fine so she could rest in peace. Breaking news hits the cafeteria. Prince Alberish has announced his engagement. Ash is floored because this major event never happened in the original game's timeline. The prince's fiancée is Elise Ringstadt. Ash realizes she's a complete extra, a character who didn't exist in the game world he knew. Strangely, she's from a lowly baronet family, just like him. The academy is strictly divided into upper and lower rank classes based on noble status. Despite her low rank, Elise was mysteriously transferred to the elite upper rank class. Elise plays the part of a devoted fiancée, offering Alberish a homemade lunch. But sharp-eyed students notice the box is actually from the cheap school cafeteria. Talk about faking it. While looking for a seat, Ash spots Fine sitting alone. He's relieved to see that she made it to school safely after their encounter. The sleeve holders, elitist upper-rank students, begin to harass Fine. They look down on her with pure disgust, mocking her vulgar birth. A bully calls Fine a dam witch and prepares to strike her. Facing such cruelty, Fine can only look down in silence, having lost her place in this world. The hero moment. Just as the blow is about to land, Ash intervenes. He heroically blocks the attack, standing firmly between Fine and her tormentor. Ash blocks the blow effortlessly. He stares down the bully, declaring that he's simply protecting a girl from a low life. The tension in the room is palpable as the mob character stands his ground. With a swift counter move, Ash disarms the bully and sends him crashing to the floor. It's a total shutdown, proving that noble rank doesn't equal actual combat skill. The cafeteria is in shock. Students whisper about a sleeveless student defeating a sleeve holder, knowing he's caused a scene. Ash leaves the cleanup to his friend Ein and makes a quick exit. In a classic hero move, Ash picks Fine up in a princess carry and runs out. Fine is left speechless, completely flustered by Ash's bold and sudden actions. Once they're safe, Fine shyly asks why he went to such lengths for her. Ash's answer is honest and heart-piercing. I just couldn't leave you alone. To avoid further trouble, Ash brings Fine to his private mansion. While the house is grand, it's filled with crates and loot from his dungeon explorations, making it a bit of a mess. Ash admits he has no servants. The mansion is currently more of a warehouse for his dungeon loot than a home. He awkwardly tries to find some cleaning tools to make the place livable. Fine takes charge. Horrified by the dust, she insists on cleaning the entire house, worried that Ash might get sick again. It's her way of paying him back for his kindness. Dressed in an apron, Fine looks ready for battle against the dust. That is. Ash watches her, wondering how such a kind soul could ever be labeled a witch by the Academy. The chapter ends with a classic trope. As Fine climbs a ladder to clean high shelves, Ash accidentally gets an eyeful from below. He's left in an awkward dilemma, to speak up or stay silent. Sudden dangerous heavy item starts to collapse while Fine is cleaning. Ash shouts, "Look out!" and lunges forward to shield her, catching her in his arms just in time. A romantic tumble. They both end up on the floor with Ash still holding her tightly. When Fine shyly asks him to let go, Ash finally realizes the awkward position they're in and quickly apologizes. Comedy gold. To break the tension, Ash accidentally blurts out that he saw her panties earlier. Fine is mortified and scolds him for not saying anything sooner. It's a classic, light-hearted anime moment. The sparkling result, the mansion is finally clean. Fine strictly warns Ash to maintain the place, while Ash tries to change the subject to dinner to escape the awkwardness. Growing closer, Fine asks to use the shower. She teases Ash, saying that after being princess carried and having her secret seen, there's no point in worrying about modesty anymore. The heroine's smile. Fine gives a warm, genuine laugh. Her radiant beauty in that moment strikes Ash hard, triggering a deep, forgotten memory from his past life. The big reveal. A flashback to the game console appears. Ash finally connects the dots and realizes, I remembered IT. She is the heroine. Fine. Connecting the dots. Ash realizes the grim truth her holy magic is being misunderstood as dark magic. And she is being hunted by the Academy as a witch. Cliffhanger. The chapter ends with a chilling realization. This world is heading straight for the bad ending. Ash is now more determined than ever to rewrite Fine's tragic fate. Chapter 2 dives deeper into the dark mechanics of the game Kizuyoru. Unlike other games, the bad ending route here is a living nightmare. The heroine doesn't just lose. She is forced to endure endless abuse and vilification, branded as a witch and a tramp by everyone around her. Ash realizes they are currently in the thick of this tragic route. As he ponders the gravity of the situation, Fine enters the room, still carrying the weight of a world on her shoulders. Fine thanks Ash for his hospitality. But the atmosphere shifts instantly when Ash asks her directly, "I'm presuming you're that Fine stout, correct?" Her shocked expression says it all. Caught off guard, Fine asks if he knew her identity all along. Ash plays it cool, claiming he only heard rumors of a talented commoner girl. He maintains a calm facade, even though his inner thoughts are racing. Ash apologizes for being insensitive, realizing that the silence surrounding her was actually a sign of her total isolation. Fine offers a gentle smile, telling him not to worry, showing her incredible resilience. A heavy silence falls between them. Ash feels a pang of guilt, regretting that his questions brought back her forlorn look. He realizes just how much she has been suffering in silence. Ash offers Fine a place to stay for the night, which she gratefully accepts. However, the next morning, Ash enters the room only to find it empty. Fine's gone. She left a heartbreaking note, apologizing for hiding her identity and leaving to avoid being a burden. Ash is furious with himself for failing to predict her flight response in such a fragile state. Memories of Fine's smile clash with the image of her suffering in the rain. Ash makes a firm decision. He will not let her lose that smile again. He is done playing by the game's rules. Ash rushes to the academy and finds a chaotic scene. Prince Alberish is preoccupied with Elise while a mob of students surrounds Fine, mocking her and her commoner roots with pure spite. We are introduced to the Four Knights, the game's elite capture targets. This group includes David Venus, the financial prodigy, Rickon Arbok, a court magician's son, and Eugene Green, a peerless spearman. The scene turns hostile as Prince Alberish and the crowd corner Fine, branding her a vile witch. Despite her innocence, her quiet denials are drowned out by their collective spite. Alberish blindly defends Elise, claiming a kind girl like her could never be a villainess. Watching from the sidelines, Ash realizes this cliched farce won't end unless he intervenes forcefully. Ash uses his magic to summon a sudden, heavy downpour. As the students scatter in confusion to find cover, the chaotic weather provides the perfect distraction for his next move. Seizing the moment, Ash grabs Fine's hand and tells her to come with him. Fine is stunned by his bold rescue as he pulls her away from her tormentors. Now, safely out of the rain, Fine questions why he continues to help her. Ash's resolve remains unshaken as he repeats, "I just can't leave you alone." Fine demonstrates her unique blessing magic, instantly drying their soaked clothes and hair. She explains that this is a rare form of holy magic that only she possesses. Holding her hands firmly, Ash asks Fine to reveal everything that has happened to her so far. He knows that to fix this broken world, he needs to understand her full story. Fine begins her tale, revealing that for as long as she can remember, she has had the wondrous power to heal any injury or sickness immediately. A flashback shows a young Fine at an orphanage on the frontier. Her guardian, Mother Hild, warned her never to use her power without permission, sensing the danger it could bring. 3 years ago, Fine encountered a badly wounded man in the mountains. Driven by kindness, she broke Mother Hild's rules and used her magic to save him. A year later, Fine was allowed to enroll in the Royal Magic Academy. She hoped to save many people, but as a commoner, she was treated as an outcast by the nobles. Elise was the only one who showed kindness to her. However, Elise soon began to take a suspicious interest in Fine's unique magical abilities. Before Fine realized it, Elise was controlling her life and spreading malicious rumors, claiming Fine was threatening her with wicked magic. Elise staged events to make Fine look incompetent. During a combat practice, the trap was set when Fine cast a defensive protection spell. The nobles turned on her, calling her a witch and accusing her of trying to kill them. They demanded she never use her disgusting power again. Prince Alberish and his friends confronted Fine, threatening to expel her and even destroy the orphanage she called home. Broken and alone, Fine fled to a back alley where she cried in despair until the moment Ash called out to her in the rain. As Fine finishes her story, Ash realizes that while the plot followed the game, the true problem lies with Elise, the mastermind behind Fine's tragedy. Ash's deduction. He realizes Elise has been using potions to mimic holy magic, stealing Fine's place. He concludes that such a scheme is impossible unless Elise also possesses meta-knowledge of Kizuyoru. The confirmation. Ash reaches a final conclusion. Elise is undoubtedly a reincarnator just like him. This changes the game into a strategic battle between the people who know the future. Fine's resignation. Fine tries to leave to avoid causing more trouble. Ash stops her with a sharp question. Are you content to remain defeated by Elise and her gang? Challenging her to stand up for herself. Awakening the will. Ash uses harsh words to provoke Fine's pride. When she cries out that she doesn't want to run away but lacks the means to prove her innocence, Ash realizes her fighting spirit is still alive. The heroic promise. With a confident grin, Ash promises Fine that he will ensure her triumph over them all. A spectacular plan for retaliation is about to begin.